The whole thing with YouTube is it's you. It's all about you and how you want to run it. That's why it's called YouTube.
You want to go more in depth about certain things? Yeah. You want to know what he should do?
What?
He should make a podcast.
Get out of here.
And if you put it on the internet, like, you don't know how many people are going to, like, listen, relate.
Welcome to the Alyssa and Julian Podcast.
I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Julian, and this is
the Alyssa and Julian
Podcast. What's good, y'all? We back again, bro. We are back again with another episode of the podcast. Do you have anything you want to say about your podcast experience before we get into this episode?
What do you mean?
Like how's it been so far? Like, you know,
I love
episode
it.
5, it's been weekly. Like, we've been actually like doing it on a schedule.
I would say on like a regular, like, I don't want to say regular basis because it's not a regular basis. It's like a regular weekly basis.
Yeah, there you go. Weekly basis.
Regular basis, like every day.
Oh, yeah, I can't do every day, bro.
Right. So it's not a regular basis. It's a regular weekly basis.
I barely
but
could do every week, bro. I'd be like,
we've been keeping on track. So
great work.
Props.
And Alyssa's edited the last 2 now. Congratulations.
Are they good, guys?
She's going to
Tell me
attempt
the
this
truth.
third one by herself. I'm not going to even be in the room.
You could tell me.
Yeah. Anyway, not question of the week. Oh, my goodness.
Jump into the end.
Intention
This
of the week.
week's episode is 5 seconds long.
Intention of the week.
My intention of the week is very simple.
Oh, boy.
It's simple, but like, I honestly don't know if I'm going to like keep true to it. Like, I don't know if it'll happen. As simple as it is, that's what makes me like mad for myself. I want to film something. I don't know what, so I'd have to plan. That might be why it doesn't happen. But I want to do something. Like, I want to film something.
If that's what's holding you back, I'll plan a video for you.
Like,
I'll plan a video for you. Just say the word. I will plan a video.
Word.
Okay. I'll plan a video for you. So I guess that's my intention of the week. Plan a video. No, I'm just kidding. I would say for me last week, I worked on that calendar thing I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I built it out and everything. So
yeah,
this
I
week,
came home and he had like a friend over trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So like
I was like, whoa.
This week, I talked to him. He's gonna be on the podcast at some point.
Really?
Yes. So look forward to that, guys. But we built the calendar. I figured out how I want to do it. So I need to go in and just fill in like all the content that I have planned and do it the real way I want to, the way it's gonna keep me organized. And yeah, I think I'm gonna go ham at it.
We love hearing those words.
Yeah. It's gonna be hard though. I'm not gonna lie, because like we're already into February, so like I gotta, really figure it out. But I think I have a system in place, and I just have to like put that system on the paper so it's out of my brain, basically.
Have you ever noticed going into a new year that January goes by so fast, but February goes by so slow?
I hate it because February is always the coldest month. So
It's like the shortest month, but feels like the longest.
I know it's only the second. I'm like, oh god, here we go.
Crazy.
Here we go. We're already here.
February. Someone said that to me one time, and ever since then, like, it's felt so slow. I don't think I've ever really realized it before until like someone told me that in like middle school. Someone mentioned something, and I was like, whoa. And then now, like, every year, February goes by so slow.
Sorry for the ASMR me sipping. I decided to use a straw for this one, thinking it would be less distracting, but turns out it's more distracting.
Plot twist.
Well, here we go.
Streaming platforms. Spotify, Apple Podcast. I'm going to lean this against my cup.
Oh, that's
Amazon
smart.
Music.
I wanted to bring the iPad, but I was like, it's probably going to be in the
You
way.
missed your part.
Oh, my bad. Google Podcast. I'm distracted by your little makeshift like phone stand here.
Sorry,
Okay.
you can see it if you look at like this camera. I have it literally like.
I was like, maybe I'll bring the iPad, but then I was like, no, it's going to be too big. It's going to be too distracting.
Everyone's going to see that.
Yeah.
I mean, you could bring it. You probably could still set it up.
Maybe next week.
We could do like a split thing. Like it'll be your stuff and my stuff.
Yeah, maybe. Next week we'll do it.
I could try it because then like the case leans it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well, that's what I just was afraid it would cut off the camera. So I was like, nah.
I mean, I don't think it will. I mean, it might like be like right here, but
This episode is how we set up our stream or how we set up our podcast. Welcome to this.
that'd be an interesting podcast.
That would be.
Okay, I don't think you can make that into a podcast.
You
You'd
could.
have to talk because not a lot of people watch podcasts.
I mean, you'd have to like,
You'd have to
be
like step by step.
you'd have to be
it.
an amazing storyteller,
Okay, so not me. So
Speaking of amazing storytelling,
this week's episode,
great
Julian
segue.
had come up with a topic of
Coming up with topics now.
right? Because I don't have one. So I probably could have planned one, but not gonna lie, I planned this 10 minutes ago. So we went with this topic of, so the original thought process of was what was it?
Why
How-
we started YouTube.
Yeah, okay, so why we started YouTube. But we're gonna kind of put that into a like how to get started and like almost how/why we got started.
Right.
If that makes sense. So it's gonna be like three ideas in one.
I like that. Which one do you want to start with?
I want to start with. You might as well start with how to get started and kind of go into.
Well, how about we make it a 4-part and say why you should start? Because that's always a good point too.
I mean, you could probably do the how, why,
Yeah,
and then we'll go into like how, why type of situation.
I think you should start, even if you're not passionate about content creation or you don't think you're passionate, I think you should just try it. I'm all about just trying new things, just seeing, if I like it or not. Because I'm at the point now where I'm like drawing on the iPad. Like I can't draw to save my life, but I'm drawing because I want to try new things and, see like what sparks my interest. I started messing around with music a lot to see if I like music. And by the way, I love music. I found that I love it. So like
Piano gonna be his new thing.
yeah, probably honestly. So like I'm just really messing around and just trying things and seeing what sparks my interest or piques my interest. But why you should get started is really just based on you as a
I would
person.
say I feel like that's kind of like a preference.
It's really but like it's really about why you like why does anyone do anything? You know
True.
what I mean?
Good
Like
point.
it's like why should I start something new? Well, because it's good. Well, I feel like this is such a like more like I don't know moral question, but like let's make it a more practical thing. All right. So like if let's say you're in film school, I think you should start a channel.
Oh.
If you're in cosmetology, I feel like you should start a channel. Am I saying
Oh
that
my
right?
god. Yeah, do you know how many times like I've actually done that? Like I don't know how to French braid, so I've tried to like look it up and like have like the tutorials of
I
people.
thought isn't cosmetology like the skincare thing though? Or did
Is
I
it?
say that wrong? Or is it hair
What
care?
is hair?
I don't know. Well, y'all know what I mean. Like I that's why I said cosmetology because I was talking about like skincare. Was I talking about hair care? Did I say the wrong?
What is hair school then?
What is hair?
Cosmet. I don't know. I
So
was thinking
confused.
of hair when you said it for some reason.
I'm
Maybe you're right. I don't
I'm
know.
so
You said
confused.
it, and literally the first thing that popped into my head was hair.
It might be both. Will it be both? You think?
Maybe
Bro,
it's like
we're
hair
learning
and
something new
makeup.
today.
I don't know. Someone roast me.
Someone wrote.
Someone help.
Yeah. Someone put us on. Are you gonna look it up?
No.
Okay, we'll look it up after. Okay. Anyway.
But either way, you should start one.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking like makeup tutorials and like
Both
skincare
though. A
tutorials.
lot of people look
Yeah,
up
hair care
both.
tutorials are
It's
good, too.
crazy. Those are probably like top two that people
All right.
get into.
So let's put it in a bottle, right? Let's say if you have something to share it. Don't be afraid.
Why are we putting it in a bottle? Don't people put things in a bottle to like send it away?
No, well, yeah, we're putting it in the bottle, like we're stuffing everything, like any reason why anyone would create a channel is going into this bottle, and we're gonna throw it at you guys.
Plot twist. I bet you didn't see that coming because I did not see that coming. I'm thinking we're gonna send it away because people put like messages in a bottle, and Julian's like, "No, I just want to throw something at you."
What is happening this episode? No, but seriously, like I feel like you should start a YouTube channel if you have something to share, something you're passionate about, something you love to do. I like being in front of the camera. I'm passionate about being in front of the camera, which is why I'm on YouTube. Like
That's actually a good point because like I feel like a lot of people have like stories and feel like no one wants to like listen or
People
hear
do.
them. And if you put it on the internet, like you don't know how many people are gonna like listen, relate, like all that type of stuff. That's a really good
But
point.
this video is also about how to start on YouTube. But honestly, this advice could go to like anything you do, any type of content creation. Like if you have a story to share, don't be afraid to share it. The other thing I would say is try to get creative. Like I think YouTube has stretched my creative brain in a way I've never thought I could ever stretch it. Like I never thought I could like be creative in the way I've been creative. In the like stories I've told, I never thought I could tell. And like I'm just scratching the surface. I feel like I'm gonna get so much better just by flexing the muscle. But right now,
Flex.
but right now it's not as good as it's gonna be, and that's okay. Like I'm okay with that, and that's something that you should be okay with too. Like when you first start, you're not gonna be as good as you want to be, and you're not gonna be as good as like the greatest creators out there. But you're getting started, and you will end up being amazing at it if you keep working and you hone your craft. You study videos. Yeah, man, because like you gotta like study your craft. You can't just say I want to be a YouTuber and just make a channel and think
Tomorrow
it's
you're
over.
gonna be Mr. Beast.
Yeah, like it's not over from there. Like honestly, YouTube is the thing I'm most obsessed with in my entire life, probably, other than my family. But like YouTube is the thing that actually I don't even know. Like I would put it up there in that section.
What?
YouTube, my obsession with YouTube is that bad. Like
Oh,
it's up
I'd
there.
agree.
It rivals like my obsession with my family, right? Like it's up there.
Might
And-
beat it. No, I'm just kidding.
no, it's true. Like it's really like I'll be watching my son and be watching a YouTube tutorial or something about something I'm trying to learn. Like it's literally that serious. And I don't want to scare you into thinking like it has to be, you have to do all that and you have to be that obsessed with it, because you don't have to be that obsessed with it. That's just about how great you want to be, how much you know and how much you don't know versus how much you want to know and how much you will learn. You know what I mean?
Whoa.
All right.
I'm gonna have to write that down.
Yeah. I'm on a rant. My bad. I get so passionate about this. I get so passionate.
This is gonna turn into another Julian episode. That's what it should be. I swear he should start his own.
No,
But
I can't start mine.
yes, you
I
can.
barely could do this one.
Well, all you need to do is film. I'll edit it.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
There's so many things I feel like you could talk about on your own to make your own literal like hour-long episodes podcast wise. Like
So it's funny you say that because I did.
he's gonna have a tech talk podcast starting next month.
I did a
quote
mental
me on
health-
it.
I did a mental health stream on Twitch.
I saw that. I saw the
yesterday.
notification when I was at work, and I was like, "Dang!"
And it was like it was definitely something where I felt like I was just telling stories, and I don't think I was being inspiring at all, but I feel like I was being more so relatable, and that's a key
Wait.
on the internet too. Try to be relatable, like remind people that you're a human too, like you go through the same struggles.
No, but that would be so fun. You could probably make that into a podcast. Just
What?
every week, like post something that you want to talk about, or like you want to talk about on a thing, and you could have like
So
a
funny.
mental health check-in like
Podcast.
podcast.
Oh
My
goodness.
god!
I already do way too much. I already do so much, dude. I do so much.
Oh my
right
god!
now.
Do we start that? I will start that. Who wants to hear that? Literally, let me know. Anyways,
I can't wait.
it's funny because when I took my notes on like how to get started on YouTube, literally my first thing was just start, because that was my main thing, is that like I watched YouTube for like a long time, and then like obviously starting, it was weird because it was one of those things where it's like, oh, that'd be really fun, like I'm into it, but like you're too scared to start, you're too scared to be in front of the camera, like
Okay.
that type of thing. So it literally just had to be a moment where like I just had to do it.
I'm
Like
gonna ask you a question. I'm a new YouTuber, right? Do I try to make this first video as best as possible with like all the fire effects? Like, do I watch all these tutorials to learn how to do this stuff, or do I just do what I know, record it, and upload it?
do what you know, record it and upload it, because that's what I did. When I first started my channel, I literally just did a Q&A. Like there was nothing special in it. Like I think the most special I did was like pop the questions up on the screen. Like I didn't just ask them, like they were there for you to read along as well. But it's not like I had like these crazy effects, these crazy
I
like
still don't have that.
transitions,
I
like
still
these
don't have that,
crazy
bro.
like,
I'm
oh
trying to
my
get
god,
better.
here's like the most perfect intro. Like
I
I
still don't do that stuff.
planned
bro.
this whole thing and I sat down finally and I did it. No, I literally was like, okay, I want to do this. I made the channel. Now there's no excuse. Like I have the channel out there. I'm not just going to have an empty channel on YouTube, because I feel like they're just eventually going to take it out. Like if you've ever realized, like people complain about losing so many like subscribers. Like I feel like YouTube just goes and gets rid of everyone that's been like inactive.
Yeah, they purge and
Yeah, so because that's happened to us, we've lost a lot in like a short amount of time, and being like, okay, like YouTube did its thing. So now that I made my channel, I had like the banner, the profile, like all the little things filled out, like the info stuff, I don't know, like all the personal whatever, like now it's just time to sit and record. And if I keep
Let's
thinking
go.
about it, I'm not going to do it. Like if I'm like, okay, like I prepare myself, the moment I'm going to do it, like I'm going to be like, okay, wait, no, like just give me another day. Like I'll get it. I swear. Like I'll finally get to it. Like I'll want to just do it. No, you have to literally just sit and do it, because once I feel like what happened with me was like, I finally, like I sat in, this was when we lived in our old house. I sat in the room. Literally most of the time when I record a video, like I'm still not like too comfortable. So most of the time I'm by myself. Like you won't really see Julian with me. I think there's a couple like you're in or like you are with me. But most of the time, especially if I like intro, like all this stuff, like I'm by myself, which is okay. Like whatever gets you going in a sense. But I feel like what happened with me is like once you like especially intro and once you start to go through the video, like at that point, like you're just having fun. And then my thing is like the editing part. I'm not like the greatest editor. So like once I have a video, so getting into the video is one thing. Once I have the video and like we're good, we got it filmed, like, oh my God, this is so exciting. It's going to be posted. Then I have to edit it. And I will tell you, there's definitely been videos that haven't made it up because I don't want to sit and edit. Honestly, I don't think you would have seen one of my Dunkin' taste test videos or my labor and delivery videos. If you haven't watched them, go watch them. I don't think you would have seen them if literally Julian didn't edit them.
I like it.
Because I had... Okay, so I gave birth in March. Like, we've had a kid for almost a year now. Insane. I know. Tell me about it. But, so we had a baby in March.
Right.
I don't think my labor and delivery video went up until like 3-4 months later.
It went up when you went back to work, because I remember
Which
I
was
sitting at home bored. And I was
2.5-3 months later. So
it was
I
like
don't
June
know.
Or July it went up.
I
I
don't
think
know.
it was June.
Well, I went back early June. I was back in work the
Yeah.
first week of June.
I think I just one day it was on my.
He
computer,
was
and
like, look what I did. And I was like, what?
I'll edit this.
But it's so weird. Like, I don't know if, like, I'm not saying there's a time frame of when things have to be uploaded. I just feel like if I record a video, and especially something like that, like something that just happened, I don't want to be putting it up so late.
Well,
But at the same time, I didn't want to sit and put it up. Like, recording it was not a problem. Like,
So-
sitting down talking, not a problem. But editing, like, the sit-down videos, I was like, dang, like, I don't want to listen to myself again.
here's the thing with that though. I feel like you did it the right way. If it was gonna go like up late, I feel like you did it the right way. As soon as it happened, you pulled up the camera and you recorded it, right?
Right,
So
'cause
that
it was
way
fresh on my memory.
Yeah, that way it was fresh. Now, if you go back, and edit it months later, you're like, oh yeah, I have all this, and you already can edit. So you basically uploaded the story that you recorded before. So like technically that's evergreen. Like your labor and delivery story will always be your labor and delivery story.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? But the fact that you had it recorded already is dope, because now you're like, all right, I finally have time to edit it and put it up. It's okay.
Well, it's funny because I actually had notes of like certain topics to hit because like a lot happened in like that
Yes, it
one
sure
day.
did.
But part of me also, I feel like in the video was like, oh, I don't really remember this. Like I can't pinpoint like every time frame, every little thing that happened, because it was a crazy day. Like things took a twist. Like it didn't end up in a certain, I don't know. I don't want to like expose, go listen to it. It was a crazy day, but then like I was also in so much pain that like half the time things that were happening, I either wasn't paying attention to or really like it didn't stick in my mind, because half the time the doctors were trying to talk to me like I was going through contractions, and like they were watching them. They were like, yeah, that one's really bad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. Like,
I was like,
it
ooh.
freaking hurts. And then, so like I'll expose like one little thing. So when they gave me my epidural, they were trying to explain like epidural works like gravity. So wherever you're getting contractions, you have to kind of lean to that side for the epidural to like, I don't want to say cure it, but like help it. And I had a spot. I'm like, this is one of the things I was trying to explain and I couldn't remember. I think it was on my right side, but like I couldn't fully remember. But they had to turn me and it wasn't getting rid of it. it was like, it wasn't hurting as bad as when I started getting contractions, but like I still felt it. So I still had that one part of contraction. Oh my God, contraction for the whole time I was in labor. And I was in labor for like 20 something hours. Well, not in labor for 20 something hours, but I had contractions for 20 something hours.
I'm reeling her back in to the topic.
Sorry. So what I was getting at was I recorded that, didn't want to upload or didn't want to edit it because I literally started and I was like, oh my God, I'm bored with myself. Like, I don't want to hear myself. I don't want to. Yeah. Okay. Anyways, so Julian took it upon himself to edit both videos in the same day. So they went up really close to each other, which was kind of my comeback the first time.
Well, here's the thing. Here's what I'll say about that. And it's no shade against you as a creator or any of the videos you make. But if you've ever edited your videos or edited one of my videos, her videos are so easy to edit, bro. Like they are so easy. And like, I'm not even trying to be funny or be a jerk. Like literally, like I like it. It makes life easier for me. But like her videos are so much easier to edit versus like when I have to try and edit my stuff, because like the way I film now, like back in the day, like editing my videos wasn't. It was always a pain to edit my videos because I've always had like the multi-track videos. Because I like to do things high quality. Like if I do it, I like to have the like
Julian
highest possible quality.
Tried to have me edit his old videos. And if you know him back in the day, if you first started watching him, he wasn't a lifestyle niche creator.
Oh, I wasn't.
He was a gaming.
2K.
He was 2K. Try to edit a 2K video not knowing what you're doing. Like at the one point, like I was like, you want me to edit it? Like, I don't know what to do. Like, what do you keep in? What do you get rid of? Like, what?
She edited one and did really good.
So editing it, oh my God, it was so weird because like my mind process for it was like you had to watch it and then go back because then you remember like what you can cut out. Like as you're watching it, you're kind of like picturing it in your head too, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So you have to watch it for a little bit and then go back and be like, okay, no, like this can go. Yeah. Okay, that looks good. So it's very time consuming.
It's very time consuming.
So at that point, I feel like when you're getting into it, like it's just practice. And it's one of those things where it's going to be like practice makes perfect. Like you'll eventually practice and then you'll start seeing like videos, like editing in videos you like. So you'll get to the point where you're like, oh, I love this video. Like this is so much better than what I did way back when. Like you'll see the progress.
Heck yeah.
You'll
you know what?
see the
I'm
progress.
Glad you said that because that's why you don't start YouTube. If you don't have time, bro, don't do it. Because YouTube is very time consuming, bro.
That's why I'm struggling.
YouTube surrounds my entire life, man. Like everything I do, it's time consuming. And I try to find little shortcuts, little ways to make things better. Like now I found an extension where like when I'm streaming, I could quickly like cut a clip of like a vertical clip, so I don't have to edit into vertical clips anymore. I could just take it and record quickly on OBS like in vertical, so I could post shorts and TikToks like that while I'm streaming. I find stuff like this now though, because like you'll find that saving time as a YouTuber is the most valuable thing to you. And it's not even about money anymore. It's really about just how can I buy some of my time back. And bruh, speaking of money, don't do it for money because you will be disappointed. It takes you at least, because I'm over a year now. It takes you at least 1 year to get your first 1,000 subscribers.
I would say between 1 to 2.
Yeah, I'm over a year now.
Because people are still trying to find you.
I'm still at 400 something. I've been doing this new channel for over a year.
Yeah, and I've fallen off so many times. I'm probably a little less than him because he made his new channel before I made mine, and I'm still at like 200. But I haven't really been consistent, so like no one's finding me, no one's searching me.
Almost every week.
Right.
And
so
we
different.
talked about how hard I edit my videos and how much work I put into my videos. So like sometimes like if you're like mindset is on numbers and trying to get that first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, like you're going to be frustrated because imagine putting a video up almost, I don't want to say every week because I probably missed a few weeks here and there, but almost every week for a year you put a video up, right? And you feel like you're putting out great stuff, great quality, but then, you know, you're not getting the numbers you want to see. Like you could see yourself quitting in that situation, right? Like But for me, it's not about the numbers. It's about the passion of doing it, which is why I say try it, because you never know if you're going to be passionate about something until you try doing it.
It's so hard because, like, I feel like in a sense, like, I could be, like, passionate, but, like, I don't have the time. And part of me is like, all right, well, I don't know. Because, like, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Because, like, I want to film something, like I said. I just don't know what. I'll have to, like, come up with time depending on what I'm filming, if that makes sense. Like, if it's not, like, a day in the life type something, like, I don't want to say I have to go out of my way to film it, but I have to make the time to, like, give the video effort almost, so to speak.
Yes, 100%. Always make time.
I feel like that's also the hard part, because it's not like I have, like, the downtime like that. So I have to, like, film around, like, a day. Like, I have to plan a day where I'm like, okay, this is what I'm going to film. This is what I'm going to do. Like, I have to make time to do this. Like, it has to be a day, like, we're not super busy. Like, we don't have a lot going on. Like, there could be, like, the little breaks in the day to do this, that, whatever. Like,
I feel like you should just use your phone. Like,
it's a lot of planning.
Video. I feel like you should just spend more video using your phone, because I feel like it's also extra work to take a camera around, and it's like,
oh, that too, because you have to set it up. Well, not set it up,
you
but,
have to
like,
set it up. Yeah, well, you do. You have to set it up. You have to make sure it's on you when you go out and everything. And a lot of people just forget it, you know. And these phone cameras are different, bro.
Well, I feel like I would also try to use my phone if I have to, because I'm also, like I said, I'm not that, you know. Not gonna lug around my camera because that draws attention. So I mean, I probably would try to use my phone, but I feel like at the same time, like, I'm trying to make it so, like, subtle almost. So like, you're trying to, like, do it and, like, film something and, like, it looks weird, so you're trying not to act weird, which is making you act weird. Like, I don't know. So it's a lot of, like, mental prep for me, because I'm not trying to, like, bring myself, because then you're gonna get those people that don't care who you are, like, who they are. They're gonna be like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, like, what? And then they want you to explain, like, your whole life story almost, just to be like, yeah, I'm recording a video. Like, you know, like, they're gonna want to know every little in and out, and you're just be like,
bro, that's publicity.
I'm just trying to do this and keep it moving, buddy. Like, don't interrupt, because now I'm shy.
So you want to, like, talk to us about equipment, because you're probably better at talking about this than me, because
what do you mean?
You know how my mindset on equipment, what my mindset is on equipment.
Yeah,
This is a very debatable topic in the YouTube world, by the way, but you go ahead, you talk about it.
Julian thinks you need every he says, okay, no. Julian's the type of person that will say, you don't need high tech. Like, phone quality is great. Like, the back camera on these new phones, amazing. Like, you don't need everything. Like, you could edit.
The front camera's good too.
You could record on your phone. You could edit on your phone. You can do this. Like, you plan on your phone. Like, we have the Notion app. You could use your Notes app. Like, everything could literally be done on your phone if you wanted to, because, like, I use Canva on my phone to make thumbnails. Like, you could. Can you upload from your phone?
Yes, heck yeah.
So, I don't think I've ever done that. Okay, so you could upload from your phone.
Yes, you have.
How?
You've done shorts on your phone.
Oh, okay, yeah. So Okay, so I take it back. So you can literally do everything from your phone if you want to. So Julian will explain that you can do that. Like, you don't have to be like, you don't have to go and get this because it'll make it very good. You don't have to go get that. Like, you don't have to have every piece of high tech equipment.
Right.
But it's a little bit of like I don't know how to explain it. It's a little bit of like but Julian's the complete opposite. He'll tell you to do that, but then he's sitting here with like 3 different cameras, like 5 different tripods, a light thing.
What she'd say about this.
This, like, he got like a Mac to edit on with this Rodecaster sitting right in front of us. Like, he has every piece of like high tech equipment almost, and like his PC is even like upgraded to like who knows what. Like, it's gonna be one of those things from like Transformers where it actually just comes to life at this point. So I think because the camera I use to vlog is the camera we used to use for reactions. Then when Julian got one of his new ones, we got literally like, we have both 2 different name brands like sitting right in front of us that we use for like better quality almost. which is like the main reason why we got them. Julian was like, oh yeah, better quality would bring better videos, like that type of thing, which it isn't wrong.
Yeah.
But the camera I use definitely does not bring out the best quality that I could have making a video. But literally, like, I don't want to say I don't care, but I feel like it's what gets me going. Yeah, like it's a small, compact camera. Like it's a small camera that requires like a small tripod. I could put it in a bag if I want to bring it around. Like you see a lot of YouTubers now, which definitely have more confidence than I do, like bringing out their big like Canon, Sony cameras like wrapped around their neck, so like everyone sees it. Everyone's gonna be right, but everyone sees it at that point. Everyone's gonna be paying attention. Like it's kind of drawing attention to yourself in a sense, which a lot of them don't care. Like that's what they want, like that's what they live for. Yeah, like he could do it no problem. Me, you will not see me with that camera around my neck when I'm going to like vlog my day. Like no. So I like the small camera. I like the small tripod. I like how compact it is. I like that if you know how a lot of like YouTubers vlog in their car and they probably have like the camera sitting on the dash. Like a lot of people see the big camera and they're curious. So they start to like look and they're like, oh, what are they doing? I feel like if I set mine up, it's so small that like you'd have to look to see it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you'd have to be like
you'd have to really be like, what is that? And then be like, oh.
Yeah.
No, I like that it's subtle and like hidden almost, because I feel like that makes me do what I was talking about like a couple minutes ago when I was like, oh, you're trying to like record but not act weird and all this stuff. It'll be easier with that because it's such a thing where like, oh, record something really quick. You can literally stick it in your pocket and like my jacket pocket if I wanted to, and no one's going to be like, oh.
Let's play a game.
What?
I'll give you a dollar amount. You tell me the first thing you should buy for your YouTube channel.
Oh my God. Oh, this will be interesting. What the heck? Okay, go ahead.
$50.
50? Mm-hmm. See, I don't even know prices of things. Because why, when you said 50, the first thing I thought of was like SD card. Are they even that expensive?
Yes.
Aren't they like 30?
Yes, but they're useless without a camera. So I'm going off of like.
So buy
nothing.
a camera.
For $50, what camera you get?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know how
I'll tell you
much
this.
things
if
are.
you have $50, I would go get a mic.
A mic.
First thing I would say, go get.
Or how about like a tripod?
No.
Like a good tripod?
Maybe. If you need to put your camera on a tripod, yes.
Like mine's probably like $50.
But you could get, no, but you could get like the tripod you have. But you could get a $20 mic and get like a $20, $30 tripod off of Amazon.
Oh, see, yeah. Like,
so like you could split that up.
This goes back to what we were talking about, where like Julian's perspective of like what he would get and like my perspective are complete like opposite ends of the spectrums.
Game. Okay, 500.
Oh God. I feel like 500 would be like a camera.
False. Yeah, I still wouldn't. Cause all right. So
how much is a camera? How much are your cameras, bro?
But this is what I'm gonna tell you. I wouldn't spend less than $500 on a camera because the iPhone's gonna be better than any camera I could spend $500.
So what would you spend $500 on?
A mic.
Another mic?
A better mic. Audio is key for videos.
I don't like this game anymore.
I could edit on my phone. I would get a mic, and if my mic was good, I would get lights. Those are the two things: mics and lighting. If you have mics and lighting, you're good.
Oh God.
I'm serious. I would get mics and lights. Now they're not as flashy, but trust me, they'll make your videos look better.
Okay,
right.
Wait. So we're gonna take a timeout. This is gonna be a PSA. Mm-hmm. If you want to plan your channel and you want like really good content, like really good filming, like what you need, go to Julian. If he's gonna stress you out, come to me. Okay, got it. Okay, what's your next price?
Well, if you go to you, you're just gonna say, hey, what do you think of if they have this much money? What should they get?
No, I'm gonna be like, listen, this is what I would do. Don't listen to Julian. $10.
All right,
buy a tripod.
1,000.
1,000, dude. I don't even want to know your answer. You're gonna be like, a camera.
Yeah, I will say a camera at that point.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, I would say a camera. I mean, because you could get a good camera for like $800 and then get, maybe
your $20 tripod. I'm just kidding.
You could get lighting, and then you could get like a little mic to put with it.
1,000?
Yeah, because honestly, I'm telling you, anything less than $800 on a camera, you might as well.
See, I feel like if I were to do this, like with my stuff, like I said, that I use is not like the best, but it's working for me.
Oh, that's false. I lied. I'm sorry. There is one good camera I would pay. It's about $650. I would buy.
I feel like with $1,000 for me, I would have everything. I would have my camera, my tripod, my SD card, my lighting. Like I could probably make my whole thing in $1,000 within itself. And Julian's talking $1,000 just for a camera.
No, don't get me wrong. Like, don't get me wrong. I could make it work off of $1,000 where I'm like, all right, here's my setup. Like, I
definitely do.
If you handed me $1,000 and was like, all right, this is all you have to create the best setup possible you can to create the best possible videos, I would probably be at $999.99, but I would have a decent setup.
Oh god.
I would have really good because
I'm glad you saved yourself the penny as your change.
I'm
And you
telling
didn't use the whole
I'm telling you,
$1,000.
I would definitely find a way to use it all and still get something good. But like in that $1,000, I'm telling you right now, there's a good chance, even with $1,000 starting a YouTube channel, I would be using my iPhone to film. There's a really good chance because I'm telling you, everything else to make a great quality video is up there in price. I would probably still be using my phone to record while still having that $1,000. And that goes to show you too, guys. iPhones are fire.
Insane.
Smartphones are fire for filming, bro. iPhones, Google Pixels, the new Samsungs, like all those phones are great. They have great cameras. If you have them, and a lot of you do, you can use them to make good videos. And I'm telling you right now, even if you handed me $1,000, it's really a good chance I do not buy a camera. With that, what I know now about cameras, I wouldn't. I don't think I would.
Really?
Yeah, because like you seen the pictures I took of him.
Oh yeah,
I
he
took,
sent me some pictures the other day, and I was
Sony
like, "What did you
quality
use?"
pictures. Yeah, I took Sony quality pictures on my iPhone.
Honestly, when I first looked at them, I thought like you took them on a camera, like you were playing around with settings or something.
Boom. And you know what? I'm glad we talked about this because I completely forgot. Add Skillshare into there because I would 100% say if you have $120, go get a Skillshare membership. Not sponsored, but I don't care. I swear by them, man. Go get a Skillshare membership. Literally last night, I was learning stuff on Photoshop that I had never seen before in my life, and it's changing the game for me as a creator. So yeah, get a Skillshare membership.
That was on Skillshare?
Yes.
It looked like you were watching a YouTube video.
No. Okay. And then boom, guess what? It's all free on YouTube too. So go ahead, just spend time learning.
I really thought you were watching a YouTube video last night.
No, spend time learning,
I didn't realize you were on
guys.
Skillshare. That's crazy.
Skillshare I like is because it's more focused. Like YouTube, a lot of people are trying to sell you something. They're trying to get you to buy like a course. They're trying to get you to do stuff. Guys, there's nothing here to sell.
I just looked really quick and I could have, like, I don't know. Like my first thought was you were watching something on YouTube.
I was working on like compositioning and making better thumbnails on Photoshop. But like I learned so much and there's still so much of the course to go. I think I'm like halfway through. But like that stuff is more important. And then even, you know, if you want to upgrade equipment, there's still ways to upgrade equipment that's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. You know, like Facebook Marketplace is clutch, guys. I upgrade most of my equipment now. It's very
underrated.
It's very rare that I buy brand new equipment these days. Very rare. But you also got to know what you're doing. You got to know what you're buying. But I barely buy brand new equipment. What's the last piece of equipment I bought brand new? Probably the camera, right? The camera's
Sorry, there's like something going on upstairs, so I'm like, excuse you.
Anyway, the camera's the last thing I bought brand new, right? Because I didn't buy these mics. I didn't.
Which one did you? I was say that one.
That
was
one
Facebook
I got that camera on Facebook Marketplace. That's what
why
I'm saying.
I was like, you didn't buy that one new, so it had to be that one.
I'm telling you guys, man, Facebook Marketplace, especially
I
for
say even
cameras,
the light
bro.
we're using was Facebook Marketplace.
Yes, the light, bro. Yes.
Wasn't that Facebook Marketplace too?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my god.
90% of or no,
that
I bought brand new. The laptop.
But that's
was
the
brand
last thing you bought.
new. No, the camera was the last thing I bought.
No, you had that before.
No, I had the Mac first.
Really?
I bought the Mac right after the baby was born. The camera I just got after we moved here.
Really? I could have swore you had that when you bought that.
No, I had that.
What the? See, Julian has so much I can't even keep track.
Yeah, man.
Anyways,
this is what I'm saying, and this is how crazy it could get. Like it gets to the point where you just like you fall in love with it so much that you just want to make better videos, and that's where I'm at. That's where Alyssa was describing the like, you know, me like buying equipment.
He
and
has
stuff.
literally everything you could think of, like something you didn't even know you needed. Julian would be like, "Oh, here, use this; it'll help." And
Bro,
I'm like, "What even is that?"
Yeah, people hit me up and they'd be like, "Yo, I need this like real obscure piece of tech for something." I'm like, "Oh yeah, I got you here."
He has like, so he bought these Alex drawers to literally keep all his tech stuff almost. So half the time I'm like looking in it and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know what this is. He made it really organized, which looks really nice, but I still don't know what half of it is. And then he'll just go in and be like, yep, okay, let's go. And I'm like, what? So like he has it all. Like he literally has probably what you don't even know you need. He has.
And that's where I get to the point now where I'm at the problem where like sometimes I'll get like an extra like $20-$30 and I'm like, oh shoot, like I kind of want to just, you know, put this into the channel quick and buy something. No, like the only thing I could buy right now that's that price is like a membership to something that's going to make my videos better. Like right now, I'm looking into, not sponsored again, I'm looking into Envato Elements, I think.
See, I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I'll show you. I'm looking into Envato Elements. I might get an Envato Elements membership. Who knows? Like, I don't know. Guys, like these memberships and stuff add up.
Heard of that.
They add up, man. Like I'm telling you, because like Epidemic Sound is, something we subscribe to. So like literally like
that helps with the videos. Like it gives you really good music and like
Canva
background
Premium
type of thing. Like, oh my God, camera. Yeah. Canva Premium
Adobe,
has
the
literally.
Adobe suite.
So Canva Premium, what is it? Like $15?
About somewhere
$15?
Yeah.
Which it's weird because like it doesn't sound like a lot, but it is a lot because like you could do more than what I was doing before, but I don't know if I don't want to say I don't use it because like I definitely take advantage of the ones that like
I'm about to say, bro.
I definitely take advantage, but I feel like
I could cancel
mostly because of like the stories we post. So I make a lot of like stories we post on all of our Instagrams for when the podcast is coming out. I definitely use a lot of pro stuff there because they look really cool. But like I don't think I really use like pro stuff to make a thumbnail.
I think Alyssa should sign us up for Envato Elements, guys. What do you think?
I just said I didn't know what that was. I'm like signed up and not even know how to use it.
I wasn't even asking.
Guys, say no.
Guys, say no. Well, what we just basically described is YouTube can be expensive, but it's all in how you handle it.
It can or it can't. It depends on what you want to go for.
That's basically what I was trying to put out there for you guys. We have the extreme cheaper
I was gonna
side
say,
of YouTube.
I feel like it's definitely a personal preference.
The extreme expensive side of YouTube. And honestly, there's no one like version of YouTube where it's like, oh, that video is better than the other because they spent more money. And that's what I was saying before for her edits. Her edit is easier than mine. And it's just a fact. It's not that it's a better or worse video. It's just an easier edit. And a lot of times, I feel like people get stuck on like, oh, this video is better than that video and blah, 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 made a better video. It's not about that. Like, YouTube is art. And I think instead of looking at it as like a product, people need to look more at it as art and expression. I view YouTube as a form of expression. And any type of content creation to me is a form of expression. How I choose to express myself: expensive equipment, high quality, color graded audio.
That just goes into what you show in the videos.
Yeah, 100%. So I feel
like expression then is kind of
subjective.
How you're recording a video, but then also like showing how you edit it and how you want it to be seen almost.
Yeah, 100%.
Is definitely pure expression.
I'll edit our videos in a different way than I even edit this podcast. Like there's certain ways I can edit this podcast. I can make this podcast look like I could put this if you told me, Julian, I want this podcast to be 4K, I don't know, like beautifully color graded with a beautiful landscape, beautiful view, I'd be like, okay, yeah, we can make it happen. And I could do it without spending any more money. That's the beautiful part too, is like I can take on different ventures now because I have the products. I don't have to go buy anything. But it requires time. You know what I mean? It requires time and knowledge, which is why I tell you guys, like, if you have money, man, like go get yourself a mic just to record the audio with and maybe a light, and then spend the rest on learning. Like spend the time learning the skills, learning how to set up a shot, learn shot framing. And I'm still getting better at these things. Like I'm not good at them. Like I'm all right, but I'm not great at them. Like a lot of people will look at my videos and be like, ew, what type of shot was that? You know what I mean? Like I'm trying to get better at these things. But that's my form of art. That's my form of expression, is filmmaking, I guess. YouTube, I guess. Well, and this is how I would describe my videos. It's like lifestyle filmmaking.
Oh, good point.
That's how I would describe it.
I love that.
Lifestyle filmmaking.
I feel like you also get into like, because what kind of made me also get into YouTube was kind of like how I saw videos, like I said, edited, like how people want them to see it. And like I kind of like the way they did it. So a lot of what I wanted to do was kind of not do what other people are doing, but like kind of like what everyone does, like take ideas and kind of make your little twist to it, but kind of have like almost the same editing sense, if that makes sense. Like you watch a lot of people and you love the way their videos come out. You love the way like they're doing something. Like
you want inspiration, yeah.
Right. Like that. Like
feel like an artist.
I have people like I watch and I'm like, oh, like I wish like I could do that. Like, I wish I could, I don't
And
know,
if you're
like come up
there-
with a video idea like that and blah, blah, blah.
If
Like,
you're there right now, start.
right. That's where it
Start.
goes back to the beginning where
If
like
you're
you
there
just
right
have
now,
to
start.
do it. Like,
So should we ask them the question?
I don't know. Is there anything else you want to talk about? I feel like one of my bullet points too was like, I feel like they could kind of be one and the same was plan. Like that's definitely what I lack, but also like research.
I was gonna say though, so yes, you're right. I think my only rebuttal to that is sometimes people get caught in the loop of like, oh, I gotta plan this video, and like they over plan to try to make it perfect.
I like
Done is better than perfect any day of the week. That's just my personal opinion. And honestly, getting stuff out there to me will always be more important than it being the best thing ever
fair
made.
point.
You know what I mean?
I don't have a rebuttal to that. I feel like plan I don't want to say like map out your whole video, but I feel like I sometimes like to write down certain things I want to like hit or say or do in a video, because I feel like once you're in the video, you could be so wrapped up and like you'll forget to do this or you'll forget to say this and you'll be like, oh dang, like that was one of like the main parts I wanted to do or one of the main things I want to do, like I forgot.
Alyssa talking about her pregnancy
Right,
story.
like I need to plan these episodes better.
Just move on, talking about her labor.
This is why I like the podcast, because you can just talk and talk
Just
and people are
ramble,
gonna be
bro.
like, okay.
I'm with it, man. And honestly, guys, like the whole thing with YouTube is it's you. It's all about you and how you want to run it. That's why it's called YouTube.
It's
And it will be nothing without us
that's
as creators.
holy my mind literally I felt it blow up inside of my head. Holy shoot.
I feel like
That's
we hear
a
this once
good
an
point.
episode.
This is actually Julian's episode and I'm just here like,
Focus
whoa.
on the information.
Whoa.
I study this stuff like 24/7, bro. Like this is like my livelihood.
Dude, I was just gonna say something and like you threw me so off topic saying
My
that
bad.
like I forget what I was gonna say.
My bad.
What were we talking about like a few seconds ago?
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, it's all about you. Like it's what you want to do. It's what you want to film. It's what you want to edit. Like how you want to edit. Like it's what you want to put out, and like the people that like it and the people that want to see it and the people that kind of like your vibe, like how you're doing this, how you want this, is the audience that you'll receive. So
they'll find you.
everyone, right. So everyone at that point is just watching you for you. Like they're not watching like because they're bored, like, oh, you just popped up, let me just watch this video. Like if they don't like it, they'll click off, like they'll leave. But if they're sitting there watching you and searching for you, going through your old videos, like making sure they're there for when your new one drops, like you will get an audience and like a little famdom. I don't really know what it's called. I probably just made up that word, but I love
like
it
though, because I don't really like the word fans. I never did.
Yeah, so like
prefer
it's your little posse, it's your little crew. They're
Your
there for
family.
you. Like they're not there because like, oh, they just had to show up and they just
Like, oh,
I just
boy,
popped up
they go.
here
They
and
uploaded
okay,
again. Let me
I don't
watch.
feel like finding the remote. I'll just watch it. No, if they really don't like it, like they'll rip apart the living room for the remote to turn you off.
Yes.
So the people that are watching you are loving you. Like what you're doing, you're doing something that they love. It could be different for everyone, so you don't really know, like you can't pinpoint what you're doing to like draw your audience. Everyone's loving a little bit of something different that you're doing.
I feel like I'm dry. I feel like I'm boring a lot of times. And people tell me like, oh, this video was so funny. This episode was funny. And I'm like, really? I thought this was the most boring, at least. And it's not even
Something in it they
the
like
stuff
though.
we react to. Right. It's just, it's us sometimes. Like, I feel like I'm just boring.
They could actually just like you might think you're boring, but they might like you, and they might like your effects. They might like your music, and they're just
Yeah, exactly. And
they
I'm just
might like what you're doing. Like you're bored, like what
That
you
was
think.
good.
Like your day in the life of what you think is boring, like they might love. Like granted, you think you have a boring day. It's the same day every day. Like baby's just hanging out. You're doing this, and then like, but they might love to see it.
Bro, I feel
they
like
might love to come to watch you interact with
I could
him.
talk about this all day. Something else just came to mind. Ideas run YouTube these days. So if you could come up with a great video idea, ideas run YouTube, man. Like 100%.
I say try it. Like anything that comes up, you might not be like you might be like, oh, no one really does that anymore. No one really does that. Everything can make a comeback. there's definitely been multiple things that like you see and then all of a sudden it's like, okay,
Well,
that kind of disappeared and then it comes back.
people are exhausted. I will tell you this. So this is from the insider information that I get. People are getting sick of the retention style editing, the fast-paced Mr. Beast style editing. That's why Mr. Beast even changed it up this episode and went with a more emotional story that developed.
Mr. Beast just wants everyone to sit there and cry for his video.
So yeah, so like he changed it up too because people are getting sick of the in today's video, blah 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 blah. Like people are getting sick of that. So what they're migrating to now is a good story about a good human. And I feel like most people are running in that race to try to get, you know, the best story out there, the best story possible, and they're trying to learn how to make the best stories they can. So it's a little hard, but practice storytelling. That's my advice. Practice storytelling. I feel like I could go on and on about this all day, but the key thing is just to start. And once you start, you'll get really into it. And if you love it, you'll get really into it. You'll get obsessed and you'll want to find the information to be a better content creator. Right.
I love that it like kind of is almost like a full circle. Like you just because I had start too, and I feel like we keep going back to it. And I love it. Like it's literally start,
Just start.
and then it's like all this stuff, but all of this leads back to starting. Like you don't want to get all this equipment. You don't want to plan all these videos. You don't want to do blah 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 if you're not gonna like
just
start. If that makes sense. Like it
'cause
all full circles
I
back
know
to
people-
starting.
Excuse me. I
I
know
love
people
it.
who save their money and be like, all right, I'll start once I buy the camera. I'll start once I buy the mic. And then like you never start. Like that stuff
Right.
just sits around collecting dust. Don't do that. Just say, hey, I want to do this thing and I'm just going to do it. And if it bombs, it bombs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It does great. And then you keep doing it and get better. But don't hold yourself back. And that brings us to the question of the week.
So I kind of added a little more than what we were talking about. So our question of the week was going to be, have you ever wanted to start a channel of your own? Like, have you ever wanted to start? And if you did and you haven't started one, like what held you back? But then I had a second part of this question is like, have you ever wanted to start, or is like just watching YouTube like enough for you almost? Like you never had like,
Had the urge
I
to
love
start.
watching it, but I never wanted to
That's
do
fair.
this on my own. Or I've wanted to do this and I never started, but this is why. Like I want to know because
I'll tell you what held me back in the beginning, people.
oh
I
my
was
God,
afraid
that's
what people
still
would
me.
say.
That's
was
still
afraid.
me. I've had someone come up to me recently at work. So like if you're listening to this, hey, but like they literally
What's good,
they
girl?
literally came up and was like, since when do you have a podcast? And like, I feel like in the beginning when people were talking about it and they were like, because people would say it like without me saying it, they're just like, yeah, they have a podcast, or yeah, she has a podcast. Like,
really? I
oh,
didn't
da
know
da.
that.
Yeah, people had said it at first without me saying it.
That's
So
so funny.
at that point, you're
Hey,
like,
guys.
oh, yeah, I do. Like it's awkward, but like now, like she came up to me and said something, and I'm like, yeah, like I do.
I'm sorry. The best part
Like, I
about
love
this
it.
though is she can't even be mad at me about this one because this was her idea.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, but it's weird because like I also like introduce like everything we do, like our channel, my channel, your channel, like what you do. Like I talked about literally everything, and at that point, like normally I would just
My
talk
channel?
about Julian because like I was like, yeah, but yeah, I talked about everything, and it was
Shy,
so
stop. No,
weird.
I'm just kidding.
No, you're not. So it was so weird because like it caught me off guard and I was like, whoa. But I'm like, yeah, like we do have one. I do have one. Like,
Man,
I love it. It's my baby.
can I talk to you guys about one thing though before we go? If you enjoy this, please let us know because I would love to talk about this more, but I would love to go more in depth. Like certain topics, certain things about YouTube you want to hear.
I have to cut you off.
Okay.
You want to go more in depth
Uh-huh.
about certain things? You
Yeah.
want to know what he should do?
What?
He should make a podcast.
Get out of here. On that note, okay.
Dude, I've been literally I've been talking about this and still thinking about that like other podcast idea we were talking about. Well, not talking about. I mostly talked about it.
Yes,
that like
you mostly
mental
talked
health
about it.
check-in one. Dude,
That's what my
that
Twitch is
is
for.
a beat. But not everyone goes on Twitch. I mean, not everyone listens to a podcast, but still, like I was literally one of those people like 2 months ago. But that's amazing. Like just sitting there venting almost to yourself, but having people that will listen and relate. Like someone let me know if someone has that, put the podcast name in the comments below. I want to go. I want to listen. I want to chat. Well, not chat. I'll chat to myself in the car while they're talking.
I've done that actually. I've listened to podcasts.
I've listened and I'm like laughing and I'm like, oh,
yo.
I caught myself. People say something and I'm like, oh, like I'm literally by myself just listening and I'm like, oh my god.
Yo, right. I be doing it all, especially on YouTube.
Funny.
Bro, all right. Speaking of YouTube, you guys want to see some funny YouTube? Make sure you're of age. The Sidemen and
Make
their
sure you're of age.
the Sidemen and their like 20 girls versus
PSA.
one guy videos.
Oh my
bro,
god.
I be cracking up. I do the same thing. I'd be like, oh, I'd be like, bro, get her out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, yelling at the TV, bro. But these are like creators doing it on big levels, but they all had to do one thing. Start. I dropped the mic.
R.I.P. headphone users.
Mic drop. All right, guys. If you enjoyed this episode, man, smash the like button, subscribe. If you are new, are you new? Welcome.
Hello.
Also, leave a
I'm
5-star
Alyssa.
review on one of the podcast sites. It helps out so much because people need to find this podcast, man, because some people need to hear that they need to start YouTube today.
If you watch
or
us,
just content creation in general.
subscribe, like, turn on our notifications so you get notified when we post at 10 a.m.
And I feel
Eastern.
like we never say this, but check out our millions of other channels that we have.
Everything is linked below in our YouTube like description thing, whatever it's called.
There you
So even if you don't watch us, just go there, give it a like while you're there. I don't know, I'm just saying. But check out our description. You'll find all the links to all of our social medias, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, our channels, like everything is below. So
Yep. And we are out of here, guys. Keep grinding. Chase your dreams. Remember, nothing with help because easy. We out. Peace.
peace.